All right, looks like we're recording a lot of content this week. I hope everyone's been well. I hope the week has been extremely productive and you've made the most of it because it's now end of week. And usually, when end of week comes, a lot of businesses shut down. So, unfortunately, a lot of businesses now, like in marketing, we can't do outreach or we have to outreach to different places. So, I hope you've made the most of the week so far. Now, I'm going to be talking about how to build a business from scratch with minimal resources because usually you start with very, very minimal resources. Like, I doubt you come into the agency space and you already have cash. For me, when I started anything, right? When I started my journey, no cash. So, a lot of it was sweat equity, right? A lot of it was just putting in the reps. So, I'm going to be kind of discussing and breaking down how I was able to do it with basically no money. So, the first thing you want to identify is obviously if you're building a business, you want to identify there's actually a need in the market. If there's no need in the market, why would anyone buy? Like it's very hard to sell someone on unaware, okay? Because if they're unaware a problem is there or they're unaware that there's a solution, like you know what I mean? Like, there's no point there. It's gonna be very hard to sell. They'll be like, why do I need this? But if they're problem aware, but they're not solution aware, that's when you can come in and you can sell. And that's like the ideal thing. So you want to make sure that there's market there for it. And you'll, yeah, just solve a problem. That's really all business is solving a problem for somebody else. And then you get a fee. So there's plenty of ways you can do a lot of this stuff very, very budget friendly. You've got Canva. I run all my stuff in Google Drive. That's free. You've got, I don't know if you're doing that kind of a different kind of business. If you got Shopify trials, use all the trials you can at the start. For me, I used to cycle emails to get the trial again. Canva, I fucking used to do that so much. New email. I'm not paying $30. New email, new email, new email. And I would use it. It's so simple. You want to find the most cost effective ways to do everything. Literally try find a free solution for everything. Usually, if a software is good, you're going to come back and buy it anyways when you have the cash. So I don't really see a problem with, you know, being a little bit sketchy at the start. Always start small. Realize that you're where you're at. Understand where you're at in depth. Don't try to go and hire 10 people because you have this ego that if you have 10 Filipino workers at cheap, that you could, that so much is going to get done. If you can't maintain one staff member, regardless of the price, there's no point in you getting 10, right? Always start with one, learn how to manage one staff member effectively, and that, or whatever it may be, and just start small. Scale very gradually, scale small. But when you've got something, double down on it. If something is working, do it fucking all the way in, then scale. So another big thing is building a network. Network is more important than you probably think and less important than you need. It's very, very important, but it's only important halfway through the network. Like, you don't really need a network to start. You don't really need like any type of networking at the start, honestly. You just need YouTube. Like, we can pretty much get everything off YouTube. So, I would just say just fucking send your life into YouTube. Any question you could possibly have, learn how to search it effectively. Learn how to make it, into a question where you can learn. And seeking mentorship. Now, this is a little bit different. Seeking mentorship, I'd almost recommend doing that instantly. Seeking mentorship, you always want to seek people above you. I think it's like you want to be spending 70% of your people who are above you. I think it's like 10% of your time helping people or something like that. And then they break it down into some other way. I don't know, you guys can look it up. But it's 70% or 60% people above you, 20% helping people up, and then 20% of people below you. Some shit. Break it down yourself, but you probably understand what I'm saying. Everyone should be kind of leveraging in a sense. If you got a small business, you could leverage organic pretty effectively. I think a lot of people don't give this enough credit. I know people that have built pretty effective online businesses just from organic marketing, just putting content out on platforms like X, and they've built like decent business out of it, and they've not even meant to. It's been almost they've stumbled upon it accidentally, right? It's quite important with like starting small as well. You got to think the money is the lifeblood. Without any blood in the system, it dies, right? So you always want to be like having this vision of cash in your mind, either cash in or preserving your cash, right? You never want to be spending like a fucking madman. For me, no spend, right? Even when like business is bringing in decent money, I always make sure I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months ahead because I'm like, cool, we got paid this month, but what if like next month payment processing gets banned, we can't get paid for 2 months, something random, right? I always keep enough cash and make sure that there's enough blood that the system's not going to die out. I would never spend everything I have or all the money in the business, all the money I earned that month. Say you earn 20 grand that month. Don't spend 20 grand. Spend maybe five, right? Like, this is kind of how you look at it. You don't need that much to live. Realistically, you could probably live a good life in Australia off 2 grand a month. It's very, very, very possible to build your business from scratch with a small amount of money and a lot of sweat equity, bro. Just putting in the reps. If you sit down every single day and you just do free tasks like outreach, like literally getting up people's pages or messaging people or whatever the service may be, right? If you just spend time doing free outreach, there's literally, it's just you putting in sweat equity. It costs you nothing. Costs you nothing. And what else are you going to do anyways? Like, there's no people are like, Mom, but I don't get paid when I do 15 hours. If I do 15 hours every week, 7 days, I'm not going to get paid. Bro, you'll get paid eventually. If you keep putting in the fucking reps every day, day in, day out, day in, day out, eventually, it might not be now, it might not be in 3 months, it might not be in 6 months, but in 12 months, you'll eventually get paid for what you worked plus more. So it always equals out. For every input, there's an output. So if you just focus on the inputs you can actually control, which is just trying every fucking day, eventually the output has to be the equivalent by laws of nature. That's literally laws of nature. So I hope everyone's enjoyed the content that I've made this week. Hopefully it is helpful. Like I said, sometimes I ramble. It is hard to convey points sometimes. Um, and yeah, I hope you're able to kind of reverse engineer what I've been saying and you're able to apply it effectively. A lot of it's honestly just going to be breaking your mindset, right? You think that business is hard. If I can come on here and tell you it's easy, and if you just do the reps, that you have the output, and that switches something for you that you keep trying, that's the goal of this. So, anyways, I'm going to keep making content. So, if anyone has any suggestions, feel free to put it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to assist you.